Good morning. I'm Kevin Murphy, and my wife Lana and I have been fortunate to have been celebrating Mass at Good Shepherd for almost 25 years. And during those years, we've celebrated many important milestones: our children's baptisms, Holy Communions, and confirmations. Most recently, we've had the extra gratification of seeing our youngest child voluntarily return to mentoring the confirmation program. And over the years, Lana and I have taught religious education classes, volunteered on committees, and most importantly, celebrated the Eucharist with you, our fellow parishioners, on a weekly basis. Good Shepherd Parish and our Catholic faith have always been a focal point in my family's life. But paradoxically, it was during this last year of COVID, when we were physically more separate from Mass than at any time in our lives, that we grew even closer to our Catholic roots, as we sent two of our children off to new colleges, and at the other end of the spectrum, said goodbye to some very special loved ones that passed away. Our two college-bound children that started new and challenging academic programs both report that visits to the campus church during the week provide a source of inspiration and an outlet for stress. And yes, I did say visits during the week, and these are the same kids that weren't on time for Mass ever. So for those of you with kids out there, there is hope. And during COVID, we sadly had to say farewell to some loved ones. It was for these events that we braved the COVID curse and entered the church. But whether we were in church physically or participating via the wonderful online or broadcast Masses, we've been able to keep our connection to Good Shepherd and to God. We feel very fortunate to be associated with the parish that has such a deep pool of talented and giving individuals. Thank you to Kelly McPherson and everyone else who's helped for setting up our amazing virtual access. And just as we've been able to soldier on through the pandemic with the love and support of others, Father Dave has kept his focus on constant improvements of our parish facilities and connectivity. As you may be aware, Father Dave has completed several important maintenance improvement items, such as HVAC upgrades, repairs to the steeple, acquiring equipment for facilitating virtual connectivity, and many others. These improvements, your participation in Mass in person or virtually, our vibrant religious education programs under Sue Muldoon's guidance, our youth ministry and confirmation programs under Amelia Cowell, and the numerous outreach programs such as My Brother's Table are all signs of a wonderful, vibrant parish. And now it's our turn to make a commitment to keeping Good Shepherd's financial health as strong as its spiritual health. A few years ago, I was asked to join a new committee that was being formed to address a significant shortfall that we had at the time. That committee introduced the Pledge Card program as a way for parishioners to communicate their giving intentions and to allow the parish to plan its budget. The immediate need was to close a large financing gap, and the parish responded. The gap was closed, and we reestablished a savings balance for Good Shepherd. But just as COVID has interrupted our ability to celebrate with one another, so too has it impacted our offertory income. So my ask of you today is to please consider your commitment to Good Shepherd. If you've been a regular contributor and user of the pledge cards, I sincerely thank you and ask that you consider increasing your offering by any amount you're comfortable with. If you haven't participated in the program, please consider doing so. A small increase in your offering and a small increase in the number of families participating will go a long way to restoring our financial health. And please remember that the majority of Good Shepherd's expenses go towards the salaries and direct support for the church activities that I mentioned earlier. And we all benefit from these wonderful programs. And this is what I reflect on as I consider my annual pledge. And I'll just finish with this. I've stood at the back of church to help raise funds for causes ranging from Boy Scout pancake breakfasts, to buying school supplies for children in Peru, to supporting orphans at NPH. And every time I have, the parishioners of Good Shepherd have always amazed me with their overwhelming generosity and compassion. I pray you'll respond once again. God bless you, and thank you.